I surrendered to the call of ministry. My call was not like many other pastor calls. And my salvation was a little bit different. You know, God will just save you any way He wants to because He's God. And I remember I was just freshly saved about 8 to 9, 10 months in my walk, maybe not even that far. And I had just given a testimony that I about threw up all over myself because I didn't want to do it. I was all nervous and all that. And then my pastor come up to me the next Sunday, right before the Sunday message. Now, I'm a brand new born-again believer. I'm learning how to follow Jesus. I'm falling in love with the Word. I can't understand most of it, but He's showing me stuff. And I'm happy. You know why? Because I love Jesus and I know what amazing grace is. And he says, Justin, I don't know why, but I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be gone September 11th. And God has laid you upon my heart for you to preach one of the messages. And I said, what? You sure it was God? Did you guys see me get sick doing my testimony? I said, let me pray about it. I already knew I was supposed to do it. Listen to me, there's a providence. There's a sovereign plan for your life. That God's providence is there. There's a perfect purpose in your life. But you got to be seeking Him. You got to be pursuing Him. You got to be looking for Him. And I wasn't looking for that. See, sometimes when we get to them little things, we got to step up in faith like, hey, you know what, God, that's close enough. I'm heading this way. But I said, no, Pastor, I'll do it, and I'll come up there. And I got sick, and I didn't know. For several weeks, didn't know what to preach. And then I preached Revelation 3. I told y'all that. Didn't know what the heck I was talking about. But I knew at the place when I was speaking that God was speaking to me, and I was doing exactly what He made me to do, and it scared me to death. But you know what that means? That I'm weak and He is strong. And it's about faith. Did I ever believe that I'd be sitting amongst you today preaching God's Word? No. But God's sovereign plan. God's providence. Anybody know David Brown in here? I asked David before I shared this. I will never say anything about you until I ask you. Except for my wife. And I'll pay the price after, like Rick. Does anybody understand what David Brown is going through right now? David surrendered his life unto Jesus February the 17th of this year. And let me tell you, when you can read about the book of Job, and you can read about the character of Job, but there's only a certain amount of people in this world that know what Job's going through. David Brown is living in the land of Job. David Brown is a born-again believer. He's fresh in his faith, and let me tell you, he is trusting the unseen, hidden hand of God in his horrible circumstances. And it hurts. And he has doubts. But listen to me. David knows that there's amazing grace. He knows he's not the man that he was, and he knows that God is in the control, and he's going to trust God, and he's going to trust His Word because He says so, and he's going to follow Jesus. And he's not going to be perfect. But it's about the pursuit. And we're going to trust God that in His providence that He can make this mess into a masterpiece for His Lord. That's what God can do for you and for me. Ruth never, ever seen Boaz before. Boaz had never seen Ruth before. But this appointed time in the destiny of our world, God brought these two people together at a certain time at a perfect place for a perfect reason. He is God, and His plan is His plan.